It's so easy to judge people when you don't know what's happening in the background. It's so easy to look at somebody who's not like you and decide not to look any further into why they're not like you. Or even ask yourself if you're what everybody should be. You know, like, take the story that my aunt told about me messing myself at Stone Mountain. Now, you tell that story to somebody like my aunt and the thousands of people who hate me, and it's a shameful, embarrassing story meant to make me look like a bad person, meant to shame me, meant to make me look like I've always been nasty, intentionally. But if you were to tell that same story to a therapist or a psychologist, likely they would see the red flags, both in my mental health and the abuse that I was suffering. Because the actions that Kathy describes, they're not normal. Not in a mentally well child. They are a symptom that there is something wrong, either mentally or physically. But because my aunt was never going to acknowledge the idea of abuse or mental illness being a factor, I was judged in the same category as her non-abused, non-mentally ill children. And I failed greatly because I was not them. I was not born to be like them. It's straight to, in my brain, there's a difference. Because they're, as far as I know, not mentally unwell. And people have been requesting that I seek help from a very, very young age. Very, very young age. But if you live your life believing that everybody is exactly the same, and nobody actually has any differences aside from their laziness or inability to want to learn, then you'll always look down on everybody around you, including your own family, if they can't live up to the expectation that you set for yourself. Why do we think that the expectations we set for ourselves are the best? Why is it so hard to believe that being different can also be good? Maybe I can be crazy and somehow also be loved or accepted or wanted. Never by this family, but maybe by somebody one day. You know, and this is the thing, I can't even create my own family to have somebody to love me, because I can't have kids. That's the biggest fuck you that God ever did to me, if he exists. Was making sure that I couldn't even create a being that could care about me just because it was born to care about me. That's not something that Kathy would ever understand because she has many children. So do both of my sisters. So do most of my relatives. I think there's only one or two other members who were like me, unable to conceive. And even her, she's adopted at this point. So she still has her own family, and she was loved to begin with, so it wasn't exactly the same as me. I'm rambling. I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm not. It's not like anybody really cares anyway. Nothing matters. Everything is just... we're all just waiting to die. That's it. It's just waiting for the world to burn up and disintegrate. Many of us don't really have anything to lose when that happens.